we may have our next named storm system in the Western Pacific, at least via Pagasa if they do upgrade to a tropical depression. And that's this area just towards the east of the Philippines. You can see the broad circulation right in there trying to spin up. It's been dubbed Invest 96W according to the Japan Meteorological Agency, and I do think this is going to be at least a tropical depression. Increasing rainfall is the big thing for parts of the Bicol area and even extending over towards central and northeastern Luzon, running into the mountains there by Thursday afternoon through the evening and overnight into Friday morning. We're going to start to see this come on shore. Now, are there going to be signal force warnings? I mean, if it does become a named storm, yes, but I think the bigger thing is there going to be rainfall warnings? More than likely. Pagasa is very good at getting on top of these storms, especially with these heavy rainfall and thunderstorms that go with them and the warnings that come out. So make sure you're following them to get some of the latest data. But this is a look at the expected accumulations based on the next 5 days. And yeah, you can see where some of the heaviest is there in parts of southeastern Luzon. You got a few spots, about 100 to 200 millimeters. And then we got another area basically extending about across parts of Region 2, Aurora, Isabela, all looking at another 50 to 100 millimeters over the course of 5 days. Into the mountains. Once you start getting down to the Cagayan Valley, it's going to be a lot less than that outside of some localized squalls. Is this going to be another enhanced Tabaga type setup? I don't think so. And the reason is you can see how this is trying to round the Westpac high, and it kind of comes up like that with the guidance. And then overall, it actually starts to just kind of weaken out and get sheared apart due to the southwest monsoon coming in. So I think there's more conditions working against it for it to rapidly intensify. But as we've seen with Among, I mean, that storm caught me by surprise too. Models aren't handling stuff out here very much. The only thing I see right now is it is a broad diffused area. So I would personally give it a low chance of rapid intensification unless we start to see convection build around its core and it becomes a lot more organized. But just another look actually at some of these spaghetti plots, for example, getting you a good deal. Actually, this is a 72-hour rainfall accumulation for the next, 72 hours. But I do want to jump over to this. Now, this is basically our spaghetti plots from weathernerds.org, ECMWF on the left, GFS on the right, and kind of gives you an idea. But you see how the GFS doesn't really even have it come on shore, in fact, right there. So that's interesting. And all has to do with the overall background flow where these storm systems go. As I mentioned earlier, the Westpac high is located. There's your little trough. So it's going to want to kind of come like that. But you see how it would round the high right in there. So the question is the high going to retreat, which more than likely it will, as these storms, Crosa and our other one out here moves on. I'm not even trying to pronounce it. Moves off towards the east, so everything should retreat and allow it to just only skirt the northeastern coastline of Luzon. But with that said, there is still a lot of questions. I mean, it's really close. So if I was in Cagayan, I would definitely prepare for maybe a tropical system by the end of the week. I wouldn't be terribly concerned about a typhoon at this moment, but definitely increasing rainfall, and especially for those people that are picking up after Typhoon Imung and how all the damage and devastation are brought out here. So I understand that the last thing you want is another storm system, but this one, it's starting to show some signs. It's got a good circulation in it. It's looking kind of interesting, and I definitely wouldn't take my eye off the ball if I was out here in the Philippines right now tracking this storm ahead of it, I should say. So I hope that helps answer some questions about this area. Invest 96W, it could be our next named storm in the Philippine Sea. And there was a lot of talk about it, understandably so. It is that time of year we get one after another. Somebody said, hey, is this common? We're getting so many. Yeah, actually, we had a very, very quiet start to the tropical season. So the fact of the matter that it's heating up now makes complete sense. And right there, could have a low-end tropical system, but a tropical system nonetheless, bringing rainfall to already saturated areas. So as always, thanks for watching. Number one thing, of course, though, is friends, please stay safe out there, all right? Have a good day.